a butt, thigh, and core workout. This body weight only workout means you need absolutely no equipment to get in a solid workout for all of those muscles of the lower body and of course the abs. So if you prefer shorter workouts, make sure to check out our channel for 15-minute options, and as always, like and subscribe so you don't miss a single video we upload each week. Let's go ahead and get started. So let's just take a big wide stance today. Interlace those hands behind your back, and then just one big pull down. We're gonna open up the chest. So this whole entire workout today is thighs, butt, and abs. And we don't need to forget our shoulders and our arms today. No push-ups, no planks today. So good. Take one deep breath, and you're just gonna hinge down, stretching out through that inner thigh, sending those hips back, feeling those hamstrings come alive. Just take one more deep breath, and we're gonna slowly roll up. So bend those knees. It's just 3, 2, and 1. Good. Step it in. We're just gonna go through some easy squats to warm up those legs. So sending the hips directly back, squeeze the glutes at the top, and then come back down, finding that lowest point, finding whatever feels comfortable to you. Feet just outside the hips. Good. Squeeze. And good. You've got it. We've got 5 more. Good. 4. Squeeze. It's 3, 2. Good. 1. And let's go ahead and walk it out. I promise you no push-ups, no planks in the workout today, but that is not in the warm-up. So let's just go ahead and pedal out those knees. Just warm it up again through the thighs, through the core. Feeling everything activate. Good, you've got it. Super short warm-up today. We'll get right into it. Deep breath. Good. You've got 5, and then we're gonna go both knees in 3, bending both knees in 2, 1, and together it's bend and extend, bend and extend. Good. 3, 2, 1. Good. Go ahead, drop down to your knees. We're gonna finish off with some bird dogs today. So extend that left leg, right arm, bring that elbow in to the chest, touching that elbow and knee together. Good. Right arm, left leg. Extend, extend. Good. You've got 2 more, and then we're gonna switch to the other side. Good. You've got 5 on this side. And then we're gonna go ahead and drop it back into child's pose to start off today. 2 and 1. Good. Extend, drop back into child's pose. So here's how today's workout's gonna go. We've got 3 sets. We're gonna go through the entire thing without any repeats today. So we're gonna start off with thighs, go right into some butt, and then we're gonna finish off with abs today. So starting off, we're gonna start with a sumo squat. So I want you to step out those feet wide. So whatever feels good for you, turn those toes out slightly, hinge the hips back, and drop down to where you feel is your lowest point. So I'm trying to keep my chest and shoulders nice and tall. So my head, my shoulders, and my hips are stacked. We're gonna start with a squat and then add in a pulse. So you're squatting to your lowest point, trying to get that hip as low as possible. Come back up, squeeze at the top all the way up. So you're coming now down, pulse, stand and squeeze. So you get that recovery each time and squeeze. So as you're coming down, I don't want you to hinge forward. I really want you to think about staying tall and squeeze. Good, it's down and squeeze. You're here for just a little bit longer. Each move today is about a minute. So you're just finding that rhythm, finding that groove. Of course, if you can't come down all the way to parallel, that's fine. You can always just find your lowest point. What I'm more concerned about is that you're not hinging. So I want you to keep those glutes squeezed, that hip pressed forward, no matter where you are in that deep sumo lunge. So you've got 3 more that we're gonna find that lowest point and stay. Good, last one. On that pulse, stay low. We're gonna take those knees and we're gonna press back. So it's a super tiny movement. Think about moving those knees straight back and forward, back and forward. So I'm not lifting up my hips. So I might have to come up a little bit higher, but I don't want you to stand up in between each one, right? So I'm gonna find that bottom point, keeping my chest nice and tall, press back, back. So we're working on that inner thigh, working on those glutes. Good, just finding your lowest point. So your thighs in this position should be burning, but I want you to keep pressing here. You've got less than 15 seconds, and then you don't have to do any more thighs. I mean, how nice is that? Well, no more thighs in any sumo squats. I'm gonna let you shake it out here in 5, good, in 4, good, it's 3, 2, and 1, good. Stand it up, shake out those hips. We're going right to the wall. This is probably the worst part of this entire workout, so I want you to fight through this wall sit. So I'm gonna come sliding down on the wall so that my hips are in line with my knee. And if you looked at me from the side, you've got a 90-degree angle. So I'm pressing my shoulders against the wall, I'm pressing my hips, my back. Nothing touches, and then I'm holding here. So there's a few cheater methods. One is the hinge forward. So if I'm hinging forward, I'm taking that weight, taking it off my thighs. So I want you to feel the burn here. I want you to press the back and everything against that wall. Feel the burn, keep it going. I'm right here with you. So if you want a little bit of a challenge, here's your option. You can always pick up those heels and sink down just a little bit deeper. That makes the thigh burn even worse, but you've got it. You've got 10 seconds, no more isometric holds today. That I can promise you. You've got 5, good, 4, 3, 2, and 1, good. Now you got it, stand up, shake them out. We're going into some curtsy lunges with some taps today. So here's how this works. I want you to stand up nice and tall. You're probably familiar with curtsy lunges. Today, we're gonna take that front foot and turn it out just a little bit, and then step your opposite foot back. So my left foot pokes out to my left, my right foot turns out to my right. Then I'm gonna come down, pressing both knees away, come back to the center, squeeze. So it's down, squeeze, down, squeeze. So both knees go out in opposite directions as I press down and squeeze. So of course, if you have any discomfort in your knees, take this out entirely, or you can step those feet in line and just go into a lunge. That is your option here, but this is a great way to kind of target the inner thighs. So you're pressing down, squeeze, down, good. You've got 10 seconds, we're gonna add in a little tap while we're on this side. Good, get comfortable in this position, pressing both knees out and away. As you press down, back nice and straight. Good, you've got 3, 2, and 1. So stay at your lowest point. Take that back foot, hinge forward just a little bit. You're gonna tap to the right, tap to the, or that's the right. You're gonna tap to the left and right. So I'm staying forward on that knee presses into that ankle. The only thing that's moving is this back foot. So you're not here for very long. We're gonna switch over to the other side, and then you get a break on your mat after that. Good, you've got 3, 2, so quick transition to the opposite side, same setup, 1, good, shake it out, same thing, this time your right foot is in front, left foot is in back. Start off with that pulse, and up, pulse, squeeze as you come up. So keeping your feet small is gonna allow you to push your knees out farther. So whatever feels good for your hip mobility is fine. If you're doing lunges, don't worry about it. Good, squeeze, squeeze, down, good. And again, if you were looking at me from the side, my shoulders, my hips, and my knees all in one line, squeeze, good. You've got 10 seconds, and we're gonna add in that leg lift into the back, good. Squeeze all the way, burning out that thigh. They should be feeling ready for a break, ready to drop to your mat, good. You've got 4, 3, 2, on the lowest hold down, step it out to the right, left, and right. Who taught me my left and right today. So again, just that left leg is moving, staying low in that right leg. Good, you've got it. Tapping behind and out to the side. Behind, good. You've got 10 seconds and we're dropping down to our mat. Good. Feeling that burn in that right thigh, we're burning them out. This is your last really heavy thigh exercise today. We're gonna target the inner thigh after this. It's 2 and 1. Good, go ahead, drop down to your right side. We're gonna come all the way down, place the hand behind the head, stack the shoulders, stack the knees, stack the ankles. I'm gonna take that top foot and I'm gonna thread the needle. So you have a couple options here. If you're more comfortable, you can always push up to your forearm. Those toes point away, creating this needle with this lower leg. So I'm lifting from that bottom leg and lowering. So lift and lower. Really trying to get some, if you're on your forearm, really trying to pull that oblique up so you're not slouching into that shoulder. So pull that oblique up and up. If you're on your side, that's fine too. Whatever makes you feel more comfortable. Good. That movement should be really small. Good. Staying right here. Squeeze and up. Good. You've got 5 seconds. We're going to spin it around for our last and final thigh exercise today. Good. It's 2 and 1. Good. Go ahead, spin it around. We've got that exact same setup on the other side. Forearm or hand, your choice. Stack the legs. Top leg comes over. Thread the needle and lift. Good. Again, you're focusing on pulling from that inner thigh to the sky. It's not going to be a big movement. It's tiny. Good. You're lifting, lifting. Good. Just finding that height, again, keeping up through that side so you're not slouching into that shoulder. Good, you've got 10 seconds and we're gonna switch over into our booty exercises today. Good, it's 5. Good, it's 4. You're rolling onto your stomach in 3, 2, and 1. Good, you guys made it through the thigh set. We're moving over into a booty. So take both hands, stack them. I want your forehead on your hands. I'm looking at you guys so you can hear me. Take those elbows, take those knees out wide, heels together, toes point apart. Again, you're focused on pressing through the glutes. This is our glute round. So you're gonna squeeze as you press up and down. So you're lifting those quads off the mat with the muscle of the glutes. So it's super important that you press and squeeze at the top. So you're not putting that into your lower back. We're moving it from our glutes. So think about engaging that area right where the butt meets the leg. That's where we want to focus on today. So again, pressing up and down. Up, down. Good, you've got it. All the way up. Squeeze. Good, you're here for a little bit longer. Keep those feet flexed. Press the soles of the feet towards the ceiling, towards the mat. If you want that added challenge, don't press those quads all the way to the mat. Hover each time. So instead of setting them down for a full recovery, hover just above so you never actually slow down. Good. You've got 10 seconds. Good. You've got 3. We're rolling to our left side in 2, in 1, and good. Go ahead, extend those legs long. Roll onto your left side. So for the next 2 exercises, we're gonna use the same working leg. So remember what you use so that we don't switch it. So we're gonna come down, stack just like we did before. Hips, knees, ankles, taking that top hand as support in front. We're gonna take both knees in, make a 90 degrees here with our hips. Extend that top leg long, and then we're going into those little lifts. So just a lift and a lower. So this is that movement where your foot is going to want to turn down, where your toes are going to want to face the mat. You want to keep that inner arch parallel with the mat. So you're lifting, lowering, both knees always in one line. Good. Tiny movement focuses on that side seat, the gluteus medius, this huge stabilizer muscle that we have in our glutes that does not get enough work. Good, you've got it. This should be really hard and the movement should be really small. Good, you're just lifting and lowering. You're almost through here. It should be shivering, it should be quaking. Keep that leg out long. You find that your toes are turning down. Twist them up. You've got 5 seconds. You've got 5. Good, you've got 4. We're gonna go into our single leg glute bridges with this leg. So 2 and 1. So that right leg that was on top is now going to be the leg that goes in the air for our glute bridge. So again, this leg that extends long was the leg that was on top. So coming up to the wall, my knee is stacked directly over my hip and my heel is making a 90-degree bend at my knee. Both of my knees are in line, palms into the ground. You're gonna press up and back down for the single leg glute bridge. So really think about squeezing those glutes to the top and lowering back down. If you don't have a wall, of course you can always do this from your mat. If you find it's uncomfortable or if it's too challenging for you, you can always do it from the mat. Good. Just thinking about squeezing all the way to the top. You can always add that challenge by not bringing your hips all the way to the mat. At each rep, you can always just hover and lift back up. That'll add in a little extra challenge. You'll probably start to feel your thighs here. Good. This is the last exercise on this side. We'll switch to the other side. Good, you've got it. You've got 10 seconds. Good, squeeze. It's 8. Good, it's 6. It's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job, guys. Swing around to the opposite hip, which means the left leg is now on top. So switch to the other side of your mat. Stack up in the exact same way as before. Hand behind the head, shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles stacked. Bring those knees to 90 degrees in front of you. Squeeze your core, use that hand for stability. Extend that leg long, and we're going right back into those lifts. Good, you got it. Squeeze. Working the left side just like we worked the right side. Good. You probably feel like it is either harder or easier on this side. We're all a little asymmetrical. That's okay. Good. Feel the shake. That means you're getting stronger. It's such a good feeling. Doesn't feel good right now, but I promise you it will feel good later. Good. You got just under 30 seconds. Good. Keep those knees in line. Keep that toe turned parallel with the mat. You're lifting and lowering. Good job, guys. You've got 15 seconds. You're almost through. And then this left leg goes into the air in our glute bridge, opposite side. Good. It's 10. Good. It's 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The left leg goes up into the air as we switch over to our glute bridge. So right foot onto the wall, left foot up and long. Squeeze your glutes. Press up into the air and lower. So it's up and down. Good. Again, option here, hover your hips above the ground instead of bringing them all the way to the mat. Good. It's up and down. Really make sure you're squeezing the glutes at the top to get that engagement today. Good. Squeeze, up, down. Good. We've got one more butt exercise after this, and that concludes our glute set. Good. You've got it. You've got 20 seconds. Good. Squeeze as you press. We're going to flush it all out with this last glute exercise. Good. Keep working. You've got 10. You've got 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Quick hug the knees into the chest. Go ahead and stand up. We're going to flush it out with a few squats today. So we can't do a glute set without a few squats. So whatever squat feels comfortable to you. Feet just outside the hips, toes turned out slightly. I'm going to take that step back, hands behind the head. So when I hinge all the way back into my squat, chest toe, I'm coming up and I'm touching that right elbow to the left knee, back down, and then I'm going to switch. So left knee, left elbow, go up, twist. So you're using those obliques as you twist across the body, come back to center. Cross the body, come back to center. Of course, if you have any issues with your knees, anything not feeling good, that squats are not an option, you can always come into a little pulse, or you can just do a standing elbow to knee. That is your modification. Good, you've got it. So it's a squat and twist, down and twist. Really try to bring that elbow and the knee together. Each time you come down, up and down. Just flushing out all of the work that you just did in those glute bridges and those frog legs, everything. We're getting ready to go down to our mat in just 10 seconds. Good, finishing out this workout with our ab set. Good, you've got 3, 2, last twist, and 1. Good work, guys. Let's go down to our mat. We're getting on our mat for the rest of the class. This is the ab set today. Nothing crazy. So let's start off with a frog leg crunch. So just like we did with the glute bridge and the glute exercises, those feet are coming together, those elbows and those knees are coming out wide. I'm rolling all the way down. Don't worry about how wide your knees can go. I just want the bottoms of the feet together. Fingertips go overhead, and then I'm gonna sit all the way up, touch past the toes, and then come all the way back down. So again, that same thing, coming all the way up, touching, and then coming all the way back down. So what I want you to avoid is using your arms to swing. So as you sit up, try to keep your head, neck, and shoulders and your arms as close as possible. Touch, and come all the way back down. Of course, if this is bothering your hips at all, you can always come up, put those feet into the mat, knees to the sky, and then come into the sit through this position. So slightly easier, you're still opening through those knees, you're still reaching long, but taking a little bit of pressure off that hip and the hip flexor. So come all the way back down and all the way back up. So wherever you're at, whatever feels good, you've got 5. We're going onto our back in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and extend long. We're gonna go into a little bit of a scissor kick reach now. So I want you to extend one leg up into the air and long. I'm gonna take the hands, I'm gonna reach behind the hamstring. So I'm rolling my head, neck, and shoulders all the way up, reaching past the hamstring, and then coming all the way back down. So a few modifications here. Of course, you can make it more challenging by never coming all the way back down, keeping that crunch nice and tall up here, so it's very upper abs. If you need more recovery, of course, you can come down. If you need to, go ahead and bend the knee. You can always come to that position to take off the strain on the leg, whatever feels good for you. If you want an added challenge, keep that top leg long, hover that bottom leg. So as you reach and lower, you're getting a lot more into that left hip flexor and lower abs. Reach and reach. So wherever you're at today, I want you to focus on this ab set. You're burning it out for the last less than 5 minutes of class. So whether your knee is bent, it's long, it's lifted, you've got 3, you've got 2, you've got 1, lay it down, switch legs. So left leg goes into the air, arms long, lifting those fingertips behind that left hamstring, rolling all the way back down on your mat. So again, it's up and down. Good. You can always challenge yourself to pick that leg up if you didn't already, or not lower all the way back down. Whatever feels good. If you find that this leg is a little bit more challenging, bend the knee, that's fine. I just want you to reach those fingertips past the hamstring and come back to center. So reach past and back to center. Good, you guys got it. You've got 15 seconds. You've got 3. Good, you've got 2. This is your last one. I want you to hold it here for the last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees into the chest. We're finishing out. We've got 2 more exercises here. Starting off with a seated leg lower. We love these. We've done these before. So starting Nice and tall, heels into the mat. I want you to scoop that tailbone and sit back. So that knee is pointed towards the sky. My chest is tall. We're gonna take the hands behind the hips for a little bit of added stability. So start with that right leg long, and then we're gonna lift and lower it just above the mat. So I'm lifting it so that my knees are in line, and I'm lowering. So the more that I sit back, a little bit more ab engagement, the more that I sit up, you might find it's a little bit easier. You can also bend the knee if you need to, that's fine, whatever feels good for you, but I want you to recruit those low abs, those hip flexors to lift and lower that leg. So the longer that you can keep that leg, the more that you're gonna activate that hip flexor. Of course, if that is too easy or you want an added challenge, you can always pick up that opposite foot and you're lowering and lifting. Good. Lift, lower. Again, you want another challenge, you can always pick those hands up, take and add that balance challenge. Good, you've got 5. We're switching to the other side in 3, 2, and 1. Good, so whatever position you were on that other side, this time we're lifting and lowering the left leg, hinging back. Again, it's lower and lift. Squeezing, working through that hip flexor. Good, we've got 1 exercise to finish off our obliques after this. Good, so challenge yourself here if you want. Pick those hands up. You can always come here. You can always pick that leg up. Find that position, whatever feels good for you. Challenge those abs. Good, you've got 15 seconds. Finishing it out strong. Good, squeezing that core. Using all of the muscles of the lower abs here. Good, you've got 5, 4, 3. We're going to our left side in 2 and 1. Good, go ahead, come over to your left side. This is our last and final exercise. We've got 1 on each side. We're finishing out with a little oblique crunch today. So again, stacking shoulder directly over that elbow, hip, knees, ankles, everything in line. I'm gonna take that hand on top, put it behind my head, and then as I'm sitting on these hips, I wanna roll forward so I don't roll back, and I'm lifting those legs and lowering. So as I lift, it's really easy to want to roll back. So press that hip forward, hand behind the head, lift and lower. So if the movement isn't big, that's okay. So you don't have to actually touch that elbow and that knee together. You're lifting from the lower abs, using that oblique. Should feel it burn right in that right side. Good. Lift and lower. Of course, your modification, you can always bend the knees. That allows you to still work on that oblique, but maybe you can't lift those entire long legs, so that's okay too. Good, so whatever feels good for you. You're in the last minute of class here. Good, you've got 5. We're swinging over to our right hip in 3, 2, and 1. Good, quick transition for the last minute of class, guys. Again, long legs, shoulder over that elbow. Again, lifting up and down, up and down, or bend the knees, whatever feels good for you. I just want you to try to really bring that elbow and those knees together. Use that side oblique. Good. Pressing up. You've got 30 seconds. We're going into our cool down after that. Good, so if you've been doing those bent knees, go ahead, add those long legs in for the last little bit of class. You've got 15 seconds. Challenge yourself here, work to the very end. You've got it, you've got 10. Good, you've got 6, 5, 4, 3. We're going into child's pose in 2, 1. Good, roll over and press those hips back. Open up those hips. Let's go ahead and roll over onto our back to stretch everything out. Today, let's go left leg long, right leg goes towards the sky. Interlace those hands, fingertips behind the hamstring, and just slowly bring the leg a little bit closer to your body. Try to keep that leg as long as possible. Stretch that hamstring. Stretch everything out nice and long. Good. Just take 2 or 3 deep breaths here before we transition to the other side. Just stretching everything out that you used today. Good. Go ahead and switch to the other side. Raising that left leg to the sky, right leg into the ground. Taking 2 to 3 deep breaths here. Good. Go ahead, take 1 more deep breath. And big exhale. Take your hands to either side, reaching in between those knees, wrapping those hands around the outside of your feet, falling down into happy baby today, pressing those knees, stretching out that inner thigh, rocking slowly back and forth across your spine. Just feeling those hips open up, stretch out everything that you worked today. Take 1 more deep breath and then extend those legs long and those arms overhead. And then slowly lift all the way up, reaching towards your heels, reaching towards those toes, pulling your face down towards your shins. Taking 1, 2 more deep breaths as we close out class. Great work today, guys. I love a quick routine that's targeted and challenges all of the muscles of the lower body and the abs everywhere that I want to work. So of course, let me know in the comments below, did you take the added challenges? Did you need the modifications? Let me know so I can continue to make the best workout for you. And of course, make sure to share our channel with your friends and like and subscribe so you don't miss a single video we upload each week. Have a great day.